Welcome to another exciting episode of On the Block podcast with your host slash co-host McCray Olson and your vice host Cameron fucking Hurd. What's up, Cameron?
Hey, McCray!
Yes.
Welcome to the podcast!
Talking like a crazy person. I'm drunk. All right, so let's just get that out of the way. No, we're not too obliterated quite yet. I'm just like pumped. I'm so fucking pumped right now. This battle back was great. It was great as fuck.
It was great for you. It wasn't great for me.
I didn't even
Hey,
realize...
fix my video.
Oh, yep, sorry. Good choice. Yep, there we go. You're right. But yeah, it was great for me because my draft, the one person in my draft that got evicted came back.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like, that wasn't even like what I wanted. Like, I wanted Scotty because I think he got the rawest deal out of everyone that went home so far. That's the real reason I wanted Scotty back. I don't give a fuck about the draft. Is fun, whatever. Mikey's not even gonna be in Vegas. We can't even make him walk down the streets wearing a dress like we said that was gonna be the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Right? That was what it was gonna be. It was some variation of that or something, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's
we
not
gotta
even
make
gonna be
him...
in Vegas.
Gotta make him do something else.
Exactly. What a son of a bitch. HOH comp starts at 1:30 Eastern. That's 12:30 Central.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's gonna be late. So we're not even gonna get to the HOH tonight. But I don't know, Cameron. How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, I was like, I didn't want Scotty back personally. Even though you said he had a raw deal, I felt like any other person would have been more entertaining to me. I just like them all like a little bit more as as a source of entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty, he doesn't pick up on any social cues. He didn't even know that Fessy and Haley were a thing.
That was surprising. That was bonkers. Where I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Like, playing with your dick and balls? What the fuck?
Yeah, he's like playing blind or something. I don't understand. I thought literally any of them would have been funnier. Like Rockstar coming in saying, "Yup, the bad bitch is back." It would have been hilarious.
That would have been great. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Scotty coming back, it's exciting. I'm excited for him to target like level 6. It seems like he wants to go with Tyler, and I was like, fucking Tyler's just got a cakewalk to the end.
Well,
I want somebody to come after him.
I agree, but like that's been a little bit of a point of contention in my household. You think he's like, do you think he's 100% serious where it's like, I just want to go with Tyler to the end? Or do you think that he's saying like, yeah, I'm going to get with the power in the house and then dismantle it from the inside?
That's not what he said. He said,
of course
like,
he didn't say that, but like, I don't know, like, whatever you don't say isn't an indication of what you're not going to do or whatever.
He said he wanted to go with Fessy and Haley, but then once Fessy was gone, he realized it was useless. Like, he's not going to go to a already sinking ship, so he's going to go to Tyler. But, like, he's got to recognize that none of them want him in there. Yeah. So he's got to start winning some comps. He has to win out. Like, that's the worst thing about...
Well, and, like, maybe we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Should we just roll it back and start at the beginning of the episode? Let's start with your birthday. How was your birthday, dude?
Oh, man, it was awesome.
Good.
I was just drinking, having a good time.
I like that.
Yeah, there's this like beer place that I was just like slamming beers at.
What was it?
I think they're called bars. Yeah.
Oh, bar. That's how you pronounce that word? Okay.
Yeah, the beer place.
Bar.
But yeah, back to this. Is there a way to break this competition? The battle back.
Well, again, I think we should wait on that because I think you didn't see last night's episode. Well, I'll say that up front because I've missed plenty of episode. Let's see, the episode last night, the competition was essentially like pretty much a catch competition where you just had to catch shit. There was no how you break it. There was no how you break it. You couldn't break that game. Like the game was just like they shot shit at you that was going super fast, and you just had to catch shit. That's all it was.
I already know how to break it.
How?
Okay, what you gotta do is you gotta be the Odell Beckham of female football.
Dude, and shit.
Like when I heard that, it was like, oh yeah, if Casey doesn't win, she's gonna get dropped from her football team. Like,
yeah, you better turn up right now.
She better fucking win.
Absolutely.
She can't let Haley win. It would be embarrassing.
No, for sure. And like that's a cool thing for her to go back and be like, oh yeah, the one competition that was like, I gotta be a wide receiver. Like, she fucking did phenomenal. Like, everyone gets down on Casey where it's like, oh, she hasn't done shit. She's furniture this season. It's like, she turned up when she needed to turn up, you know? Like, she's winning her team the crucial competitions that are gonna fucking keep that squad alive. Like, she's a team player, and she fucking was there when she needed to be. So I give her nothing but credit. And the fact that, like, between Casey and JoJo... Oh, wait, I mean, Casey and Fessy? Yeah, JoJo. Like... I was just listening to Casey and JoJo. Oh, man, Casey and JoJo is so good. But, like, Fessy, they were 1 point away, you know? And it's like... That's a good competition if that's the breakdown between the two people, or like between the first two spots, like 1 point, that's awesome. Like, that makes for good TV.
Every single one mattered.
Exactly. It was awesome.
Didn't Fessy also play football?
Yeah. He was a footballer to some degree. And then, like, I think they even kind of gave him some shit about that on this episode. But, like, oh, yeah, one footballer was going to win. I don't know what the fuck it was. But, like, yeah, no, I thought that was awesome. I thought it was really cool. Like, especially in a competition where it's like, I'm not saying that I personally thought, like, oh, this is a man's competition to win. But, like, by saying, but it was, no. But, like, I thought it was awesome that she fucking, like, she cleaned house. Like, you can see her, and like the way that she talks about it, she's like, oh yeah, I was tracking those balls like everywhere they were, and like she fucking was picking them out of the air. It was like some great little footage of her just fucking nabbing them,
like showing off her skills.
It was too. It was pretty sweet. Again, I don't think, like, I couldn't come up with a how you break it for that one.
What was the percentage of balls that she caught? Like, because I missed the total.
It was a 3-part system. So the first part was, like, this thing puked all over you, and it also shot, like, this weird ball at you. And, like, pretty much no one got that ball. So Fessy caught he caught 3 of the puke balls. And those were only 1 point worth of ball. So I think the second part was, like, 2 points worth of ball. And that was more like your typical, like, your tennis ball launcher. You know, like, it was like 4 different launchers that launched them all in different directions or whatever the fuck. But, like, she was everywhere. She was fucking just stealing them out of the air. And, like, so I think, like, that's where she made her main... That's where she, like, took the most points. And, like, I think that Fessy dropped some points there. Which, to be honest, like, it's stupid, but the first part of the game was tougher than the second part of the game. And then the third part of the game was pretty much like these weird squidlings would drop, and you had to catch them in your mouth.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, it seemed weird. Like, if you're gonna go back and watch this episode, which I know you won't, like, just because, like, god damn it, no one has the time to go back and watch some bullshit. Me included. Any episode I missed this season, fuck that. But like, yeah, it was like this weird squid thing that would drop down, and like if you missed it in your mouth, it'd fucking like tentacle juice all over your mouth. Yeah, like it would hit you on the chin, and there's like
so gross
blue juice everywhere. It was but like I think where Fessy fucked up was the second part. Like, it seems like Casey almost caught every single ball at that point, and Fessy did not. So that's I don't know. But I thought it was like, that was a cool competition, if I'm being serious. I like that competition a lot. But other than that, like, we don't really have to talk about the episode because who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. We all know what was gonna happen. She didn't use the veto. It turns out fucking Fessy and Haley stay on the block, which leads us into this next episode. What do you think about what do you think about Fessy's like approach to it all? Like in the beginning of this episode, it's just him being like sourpuss, and Haley's like, "Well, what are you doing?" Like, you know, is that's correct, right?
Yeah. Well, it didn't seem like Fessy even cared about the game, and you could see that through his actions.
He wants a bang
in the game. Yeah, all he cared about was Haley, and even when Julie pressed him on who he would have like pulled off if he won the veto, he still didn't know. Even though he's out of the house,
insanity,
he's evicted. He's still like, I'm still not sure if I would have used the veto on me.
What would you say?
Are you kidding me?
What?
You always take yourself off. Be like, sorry, babe. I'm gonna win this for the both of us.
Well, no shit. You know? But at the same time, you don't say that to America. When you're trying to fucking play up a showman's angle, you fucking say, oh, they're taking my girl off Haley. It doesn't matter. At this point, like, you didn't win it. It doesn't matter. You fucking just be like, oh, no, I'm doing it for my babe. Like, like, it doesn't matter what you say.
Wait. What are you saying? Are you saying that you would have, like, if you were pressed, you would have been like, oh, yeah, I would have taken off Amanda?
Yeah, that's like, exactly what I would have said. Exactly what I would have said.
Oh, God.
Like, why not? Fuck it. Like,
it proves that you're a buffoon. You weren't thinking about the game.
No. It proves nothing because I'm outside of the game. The game is ended. It doesn't matter. Now I'm thinking about monetary fucking, like, how I can make my fucking way in this. Like, I'm gonna abuse the Big Brother fan base for their fucking, like, their fucking virgin asses that want to fucking showman so hard. I would have been like, oh yeah, I would have taken my girlfriend off because that's what gentlemen do. You know, like,
no,
fuck
you
it.
wouldn't have, because your head is still in that goddamn
You're right.
game.
You're right.
You're not gonna be saying that shit. Come on, don't even come at me, McCray, about this shit.
I still think like the correct choice is to say that I would have taken my girl off. That's the right thing to say, because when she
wasn't there.
Well, when she goes back and watches that shit, she's gonna be so wet.
You know what? If I was in a showman's and the girl like didn't use the veto on me, I would be like, whatever. I didn't win the fucking veto.
No shit, of course. But like when it's after the fact and you can say whatever you want, you can say, "Oh yeah, I would have done it for the showman. I would have done it for us." You can say whatever you want to. Just say that you would have taken her off. Like,
yeah, I feel
that's
like
how you
you're trying to fucking rile me up. You're pressing some buttons, man.
No, like literally, I was saying this during the whole thing where I was just like, just fucking say that you would have taken her off. Who gives a shit? Like, it doesn't mean that's actually what you're gonna do. You're just talking to Julie. You just lie to Julie. Just lie. Just like your husband. Just lie.
No, man, you can't fucking do that, because
edit that.
It's just
edit that out.
Nobody watched. Clip that. I'll retweet
it. Yeah, you're right. No one
gotta get payback for you tweeting out a picture of me.
The greatest picture ever.
It was only to like my 2,000 Facebook friends before.
Yeah.
Now it's everywhere. You have 80,000 Twitter followers that saw that fucking photo of me looking like a goddamn goober.
Looking like a badass motherfucker.
I shouldn't say anything. I retweeted the shit. I was like, retweet it immediately.
Is a great picture. It is a great picture.
And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, McCray posted a tweet about like us not being on the show yesterday, and then he said he wanted to post a photo of me, and I look amazing. You should take a look.
Miles says in the chat, Cameron never looks sexier. See,
Booyah.
I'm doing you a favor.
Dude, my ass looked fat.
Dude, exactly. You're thick. You know,
thick.
What did Scotty say in the middle of the season? He said, you know, thick thighs make a dick rise.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, he said that at one point.
That's something that like some like bro would say.
I love it.
Scotty.
No, not
thick
Scotty.
Thighs make a dick rise. You know what makes his dick rise? Just thinking about kissing Haley. That's what makes his dick rise.
No joke. I love it. Yeah, I thought that was so funny. So we started to break into this episode. Yeah, at the beginning of this episode, it was like a little bit of a Fessy and Haley show. Um, I don't know how you feel about Fessy, but Fessy is literally one of the most irritating house guests I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. Not only does he not really have any game sense, he's not really charismatic to anybody. Like when he's out there talking to Julie, he's really giving like one word answers. He wasn't really communicating effectively at all. He doesn't really have a lot of original thought. And whenever he would talk to Haley in the house, it would always just be like, "Why are you angry? Huh? Huh? Why? Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine." He's just
Yeah.
he doesn't communicate well. So yeah, I'm glad to see him go. He wasn't, but I liked him more than Scotty. And now I gotta deal with Scotty. And
well,
yeah.
fucking, let's get over that.
Yeah,
but
get
I
over
mean,
that.
like,
But I got a week of that at least.
but like, think about to me, it just seems like selfish. Like, eventually, it seems like in this episode, he kind of starts to become aware of like, oh yeah, well, like one of us is gonna be here for longer. One of us is gonna be have to like navigate these waters. You know, like it seemed to me almost like production was like, you realize what this isn't a fucking dating show, asshole. Like this is a
They're
fucking
not saying that.
no, they're not. Of course they're not. But at the same time, like, I feel like production was pretty much just like, Fessy, just you know that one of you has to stay here, and one of them, you know, like one of you has to navigate those waters. Like, I don't know if Haley got through to him or if production got through to him. Like, that's the curious thing about it to me. I'm not saying like production has influence, like that bullshit. But I'm just saying like eventually in this episode he's like, okay, yeah, like maybe Haley should talk to other, because last episode you missed last episode he was pretty much like, this is bullshit, this could be our last week here, Haley, and you're talking to Brett. Like that was the biggest part of last night's episode was like she was on the hammock with fucking Brett and like Fessy was watching her and he was pissed about it. It was amazing. Just like, he was stirring, like, oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, isn't the first time that this happened. Brett just knows the right buttons to push when it comes to Haley.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's just digging in. It's amazing because he's such a serial flirt. He thinks that he can get under anybody. Like he can get anybody to like cozy up with him. Sam likes him a lot. So yeah, Brett is like undoubtedly my favorite house guest this season.
Agreed. I think I'm right there in that boat with you.
I like that he's starting to think more long term about like level 6, the inner workings of it. Like he's like, Tyler, you and me. And then he's also saying the same thing to JC. Like he's starting to realize that he might be on the bottom.
Yeah. Let's get into that conversation with Tyler. Like, do you think that was an effective conversation? Do you think that like, where do you place that conversation with Tyler? Do you think that was just like a lot of jerking each other off? You know, just to be like, oh yeah, we're tight. Like, which happens at this later part in the season. Like, do you think it was a lot of just like, yeah, a bunch of bros stroking each other?
Yeah.
What do you? I want to hear what you think, I guess.
I think that he basically caved right away. Like you could tell, like when people are with you and when they're against you, based on like if they're like, oh yeah, I'm with you for sure, 100%, and they don't provide any like insight or anything. They're just agreeing, and that's what Tyler was doing during that whole conversation. So Tyler, I think that he's just taking it all in and not giving anything back to Brett. And Brett was just like, he pitched the idea, didn't really he didn't really get anything back from it. And JC, you could tell JC was more serious about the conversation because he.
Yeah, let's go into that JC because I agree with you on the Tyler conversation where Tyler's kind of like, I mean, like that's the thing where it's like, yeah, okay, like, and Tyler even says it on this episode where it's like, if anyone comes to you with a fucking final two, what are you supposed to do? You know,
Yeah.
like
I
you
mean, you
can't
have
say
to say
no.
yes.
Yeah. So like, okay, here's a question I have: is like, how do you? Is there any way to change that question? You know, is there any way to be
Yeah.
like, you know, like it's fine if you say no. Like you can't ever, right? You can't change that question
You
because
can't. I mean, you can't change the answer to the question.
yeah, and the
If,
answer is always like it's ride or die, right? I guess.
yeah. But you could tell by the body language that like he wasn't all about it. Basically,
Yeah.
like like Tyler just kind of stayed laid back and was like, just be like, yeah, man, I've been feeling the same
Oh,
way.
cool.
Like if
Yeah.
it's day 70 or 69 or whatever day it is, and you haven't solidified like a final two in your final four alliance, they're
Yeah.
probably you guys are probably
There's-
opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And I think like Tyler's got a final two with I think every single one of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people want him.
Definitely the theme of this episode for sure.
Yeah, and can you blame him?
No, I think
No.
it's not a bad strategy, to be honest. Like, why not? Like, how many times have we ever seen that catch up with someone? You know, like it literally has not caught up with a lot of people I think we've ever seen on Big Brother. You know, like pretty much the problem when it catches up with someone is like when the house guests start comparing notes, and if you have like this division within the house, like people are way less likely to compare notes, you know?
Yeah, but you can't be like this is the time of the game where it does fall apart.
I agree.
Because
this is the
when
end.
people are at the end of the game, they only have a certain amount of people to talk to, and they got like all this information that they've gained throughout the entirety of the season. All you have to say is like, "Hey, by the way, I think we should target Tyler. Tyler's talking to everybody. I have a final two." Like just that word, that little bit of info, all of a sudden like, no shit, I have a final two, and it blows up just like what happened to Chilltown in season 7.
Yep. That's exactly.
It's just what's gonna happen, and I
spark that fucking makes the Chicago fire. You know.
Yeah.
I agree. But so then eventually, like we get to JC and Brett's conversation, like which I thought was a little bit more interesting because like JC's not wrong, like, and this whole part of, you know, I can't remember exactly what JC was saying, but like he's right because it's like JC needs Brett more than anything right now.
Yeah,
like JC needs to figure out, like JC painted himself into a corner with Fessy, you know, and like he can be like, oh, Brett's gonna be my puppet, but that's bullshit. Like, no, you're fine. But I think like JC's like thinks that Brett's gonna be his next puppet, and it's like it's too late in the game. Like, you're not gonna fucking you're not gonna spin someone around your finger at this point in the game. Like,
the problem is everybody that's not in level 6 thinks that Brett is a lone wolf, and he's not in that final 3. So Brett is holding a lot of the cards. But he's got to realize that he is on the bottom of his alliance, and that there should be, like, he has to jump ship at some point. He can't be in the final 4 and just try and win out. Like you've heard Tyler say multiple times that he doesn't want Brett in his final 4, but he is in the level 6 alliance. Like he wants somebody to take out Brett for him, and Brett needs to either have a final 2s in his own alliance or start looking to branch out. And that's probably where this is going to be heading, like in the future, depending on this next HOH, because if like Haley or Scotty win this next HOH, they're going to be targeting Tyler and Angela, and then that leaves Brett like basically in the middle trying to figure out where should I go from here.
I think that's a very astute observation about where Brett's gameplay lies. I think Brett has to make a move sooner than later, and I think that he has to make the fucking move of like, I think JC is right. Like, JC's observation. Oh, like, we have to work together. Like they need to create a fucking a separatist movement that fucking goes against the big dogs. You know, like
Yeah.
and it can be a fucking all in fairs, love and war, whatever the fuck, handshakes or bros, whatever the fuck. But like essentially, like that's what needs to happen right now. Like Brett is on the bottom of that totem pole, and as he explained in the episode, he kind of talked about that where he's like, I feel like I'm the number, like I'm the last one.
He
So
is.
so he's got to start making some sort of exit strategies. Excuse me. He's got to make some sort of exit strategies to figure out what the fuck is going on, to figure out like where he stands in the world of Big Brother.
And
20.
let's be fair. I'm being critical on Brett because I like Brett. I
Yeah.
want him to. He actually is the person I want to win this season.
Amen. I would love that so much.
Yeah, and I wish I could just tell him like
God.
you can trust Tyler in the game right now, but you got to think of like an exit strategy, like something where you got to be like aligned with Sam or something like you got to start doing some shit, man.
Yeah.
And not that he's not like doing some stuff, it's just he's not really thinking how to win the game. But he's doing really well right now. But you after that conversation with Tyler, you got to know that Tyler he didn't really feel, he wasn't really reciprocating well, and then JC probably told Brett about the Tyler convo, and because when JC talked to Tyler, Tyler wasn't giving him shit. He was just like, no, we're not putting up Angela, we're not putting up Casey.
Shut down. Yeah, exactly.
Shut down
Shut
City.
Down City.
And it was more like he was being like a dictator at this point, which is weird because Tyler's been the one that's everybody's like, oh, he's being very receptive.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So
like that seems weird. Like that fucking red flag all day, you know? Like that's 100% red flags. Especially like, and that you're right. Like that's when JC needs to bring that information to fucking Brett, you know? Like if they like cross reference both those conversations, they'd realize like, you know, the fucking motherfucker that might be the most powerful right now is Tyler, you know?
Yeah. JC also needs to get a number one ally. He doesn't have any like number one.
He just lost his number one.
Yeah. And he didn't do a good job defending him.
No, but like, also at the same point, like, he needed to let him go at that point, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so like this has been a fucking common theme throughout our season, or throughout their season, I should say. But like we've gone back and forth about, is Tyler the one that's controlling all the actions, or is JC the one that's controlling all the actions? Has that changed at all through this episode?
I feel like JC is still the one controlling more of what's going on than Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He is definitely the one that's like pulling more of the strings. Basically, whenever he wants somebody to go, they go. Except for this week, like I would think that he would want to keep Fessy more, but he was fine with Fessy leaving because he couldn't really like control it that well. But yeah, he needs. I think his power is dwindling, but I don't know, man. It's so difficult. Tyler does have a lot of the cards. He's in level 6, and JC thinks he's in level 6, which is a problem for JC.
Mm-hmm.
But JC, he has the ability to jump ship whenever. He isn't tied down as much as Tyler. Yeah.
Do you think that JC like you think
Scotty's coming after JC? That's gonna fuck everything up.
No, he's not. Is he?
Yeah, he said he was because Scotty said.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That Fessy told him, and then oh my god, I want to wait till the end to talk about that because I'm already annoyed. I'm so fucking annoyed by that. Let's see what else we have to talk about. What else happens this episode? let's see. I mean, like Tyler has the final two with everybody. That doesn't matter. Gives a shit
Yeah.
about that. Like that just seems like decent gameplay, really. Trying to think of what. Let's see. What about their speeches? Like Julie was like, "Wow, that was an insane speech, Fessy." Like his speech was just regular, right? Like what do you think of his goodbye or his eviction speech? What did he
said
say?
he made something up about Tyler.
Oh yeah, which I like. I like that. Smart.
Because
finally,
people are going to talk about that speech for like the next day or two, and that's when nominations happen. I like that he did that, but he didn't go full guns blazing. What I thought was the funniest part was when he was calling out Angela, being like, "You're the kind of girl that wears a engagement ring at the grocery store," and she's like stuck up and stuff. Like that was funny to me.
Yeah.
not what she like, not the fact that he was making shit up. Yeah.
No, I think well, good on you, Fessy, for fucking trying to like do something like to try to fucking mix it up a little bit, like. But again, it's too little, too late, motherfucker. Day late and a dollar short, as Angela would say. Like, motherfuck, dude. Like, you need to get it together. That's the way I think. I don't know. Where it's like, yeah, that's good on you, but also like, who gives a fuck? Like,
yeah, there's a lot that Fessy did wrong this season, and I feel like we could spend a whole podcast talking about how how bad he played and how like this was brought upon him. But I mean, I feel like we've beaten it to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. A dead horse. Exactly. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. But I like the thing that is like the problem is it's like, yeah, we can fucking we do talk shit about Fessy all day, but like I want to give the motherfucker credit when the motherfucker needs credit. Like he did try to fucking stir some shit up. Good for him. Good for him, right?
But you didn't try and stir some stuff up to ever save himself. Like he always,
well, I mean, like,
played it up to be like, oh yeah, hopefully Haley will be safe for 3 weeks. He's like, and I fucking hate that he's always just like, oh yeah, you'll be safe for this amount of time. Don't worry, trust me. It's just like,
like you don't know shit, dude. Yeah, like cocksucker. You don't know shit. No, and yeah, I agree, of course, but at the same time, I still am like, well, he tried to fucking stir shit up. Like, I understand that he was a suck-ass strategist.
You gotta stir stuff up when that happens.
I agree, but also, like, as a viewer, thanks for making some decent TV, at least. I'll give him kudos for that, at least. But God fucking damn it. Wow.
Sorry, I got some allergy thing right now.
No, that's all right. I'll switch to my cam and say that fucking boo. I've got nothing but bullshit to talk about. I think that
who's set up now going forward? Like, who can you see as not being nominated, no matter who was like on the no matter who wins HOH. This person is safe, not going up. Doesn't matter.
To be honest, I think Sam might be in the best position. And that hurts me a little bit to say. I think she might be, if I was in that house, she would be the fucking the nomination GOAT. Not the greatest of all time, but like the GOAT that's just like, okay, let's just keep her on the block. And then we'll put everyone against her, and they'll go home. That's what I see Sam as.
Just because it happened in your season,
no,
doesn't mean it's gonna happen in every other season.
No, come on now. That's like it's a Survivor thing. Like the Survivor, it's a thing where it's like it's the GOAT, where it's like they're a fucking like every time that shitty person goes up against anyone, they go home because it's like that shitty person needs to stay.
Yeah.
Not saying Sam is shitty, but like
it sounds like you are, man.
She's pretty shitty. Like she offers nothing. Like she's a guaranteed number 2, number 3. I've said it since the beginning. I think Steve-O from my apartment, yeah. I'm pretty sure he started that Sam was the GOAT, but she is a GOAT.
I don't support this line of thinking, this rabbit hole that you want to go down every time. Being on the block isn't safe.
No, I agree.
How many times you fucking say it. I bet if you were in the goddamn house, you would be like, put me on the block. I'll be the person always up there.
Never.
So that way they go.
No.
Dude, it sounds like that's your favorite strategy.
No.
Like,
that's a strategy
Spencer did it. I can do it too.
Well, I know Spencer did it. No, I could never do that. I know that motherfucker probably had fucking indigestion. That he needed to eat fucking Imodium ADs all day because that motherfucker was scared shitless every time. You know, like he's throwing up in the bathroom. I don't know. Like, fuck that. Like, no, that's not my strategy. But like,
it sounds like you want that to be everybody's strategy, though.
But no, if you're in that role, you own that role. You have to. That's not
a role. That's not a role.
That's a role.
Spencer made that role, and it fit him. But it's not a role anybody else wants to take.
It's not a Spencer role. He didn't make it.
He made it, man.
He might have actually. But but it's a real role, and I think that is like that's a viable strategy.
Yeah, but she also won HOH. Like Spencer won, but it was at the end.
Who are we talking about? Sam
won HOH. Like people can paint her as a target. Like there's people have fucking allies all over the place. Who does she have? She has Tyler, has 4 Final 2 deals, and Brett, I think. Like, come on. By the way, oh yeah. By the way, what about her vote to keep Fessy?
Is that what happened? She was the one vote.
Yeah.
Exactly why she needs to stick around. Well, you're right. I think actually, because that could be the thing that's like, well, fuck you. Like, you voted wrong. You know, like again, it's something that we said about Jesse, where it's just like, you got too big for your britches. Like, you thought you were gonna be Janelle. You know, you won an HOH and you thought you were gonna big dog.
Yeah.
Like, you could have walked to Final 2. You could have walked and made 50,000. Same as that same person.
Yeah, but you know what's better than 50,000? 500,000. That's why you're there. You know, you're just looking at it like, oh yeah, we made got it, bro. And it's like, nah, not everybody's thinking like you, McRae. They all want a goddamn win. All right?
No, I agree. Everyone wants a win, but at the same time, like, you know that not everyone can win. I don't know.
Is JC safe? Like, that's the $1 million question. Because he's maintained not going on the block thus far.
I think JC is safe. In my opinion, I think JC is fucking right in the money. Or, you know, like, he doesn't have to do anything. Like,
I think he might be, like, digging a grave around him, and then he's just going to fall into it. He's gonna dig the grave for what he thinks is somebody else, and then they're just gonna push him right into it. That's what's gonna happen.
I like that. I think that's a fucking very poetic ending to your life, you know? Like digging a grave for someone else and then getting pushed into that very same grave. That's a story to tell, you know? Like, that's got to be some Shakespearean bullshit. Gotta happen, right?
Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like he's been controlling most of the game, and he set himself up so that way level 6 has control, and then all of a sudden he gets bamboozled by the people he's been setting up.
Well, the other thing is that, like, JC has more people to control now. You know, Scotty's back. He's got more people to fuck around with.
Scotty doesn't like JC.
No, well, now that Fessy's got that fucking. Well, okay. So, yeah, Fessy told Scotty to not trust JC, maybe, but like at the same time, it's like, JC still has like a lot of like I don't know what you'd call it, but like a lot of fandom points with Tyler, you know? Like he still does have a lot of sway with Tyler, I feel like. So it's like, do you think Tyler's just gonna fucking let him go by the wayside right here, right now, on this week?
I feel like Tyler's becoming a dictator, man.
It's true. Like in that fucking him being like, "Nah, JC, nah, we're not doing that." Nah, like I love that. That's ballsy though. That's so ballsy to be like, "Nah, nope, fuck it, nope."
Yeah, yikes. I don't know what the person that I think is the safest and nobody's gonna come after him this week is Brett. I don't think Brett's going on the block no matter who wins the HOH.
I think I might agree.
Try and prove me wrong, because I feel like if you name somebody else, I could see a scenario where they go up. But Brett, everybody needs Brett. It feels like. I feel like Level 6 needs Brett. JC needs Brett. Like all the other people, they need somebody, and that somebody is Brett. Like if they put up Brett, they're losing the game. So I just think Brett is in the best position.
I think you might be right too. I do believe that's true. Brett is fucking in that like safe zone.
Yeah.
Where do you think his position lies then? Like
I'm sorry?
How do you think he's gonna like end up in this house? Like what position is he gonna end up in?
Like what? Like fifth or fourth place, or
yeah, third, fourth.
Dude, number one, defense wins championships. What are you talking about? He's come for the win. Don't ask me to choose, because you know what I'm going to choose. I fucking should have drafted that motherfucker first.
Right? That's exactly
I was so wrong
how I feel. Yep. Exactly how I feel too. Well, let's see. Okay, so we know that Scotty came back. What do you think about who do you think is gonna win this next HOH?
You know who I really want fucking Scotty to win. Even though I've been shitting on him this whole time, right?
But just an outsider to come in.
Fucking poetic, like he was out of the house this morning. Now he's the fucking HOH.
I love it.
That's badass.
I love it.
That's some good ass storytelling.
I agree.
And then nobody knows how to nobody's been in his ear for the last week.
Exactly. How are you supposed to get in there and be like, oh yeah, no, we're cool, dog. Even though I voted you out, it was a unanimous vote or whatever the fuck. It was unanimous, right?
Yeah. The only unanimous vote.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just like, well, what are you supposed to say? Like, everyone voted against you. Like, how does, okay, explain to me this. What do you think Scotty's move is? Like, how does he go into the house and assimilate? And how does he go in there and fucking figure out what's going on?
See, so he knows he could trust Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Like, basically be a sponge for Haley. And I don't think there is a way, really, for him to assimilate. Just because he's established himself as a comp beast, he won his way back, and he isn't the best socially. There's no one really he can cozy up with that didn't
even know that Fessy was in love with Haley.
You can't.
Didn't even know that Fessy was in love with Haley. My fucking god.
Yeah, yikes, right?
Yikeroonies. I don't know what you'd say. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Sorry.
No. That's bonkers, right?
Isn't that a little ridiculous?
That's
come on.
Nuts. If you don't fucking pick that up, you might have autism. You might call me fucking what's his name?
You don't
Jeff,
ever bro down and be like, yo, look at the Yeah, I'm
We just lost
after her
all
or
of your
something like
audio.
that.
We lost all of your audio. Would you say it?
Hello, you got it?
Well, now we do. But like, you said you might be and then you just broke up. You might
So
be a
basic-
redneck if.
I don't even know where I was going.
It doesn't matter because I was
like
about to say you might be a fucking autist if you think that your girlfriend isn't in love with another man.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
that's where we were. So yeah, it's like you never like bro down or like fucking just talk about like the dudes that they think are good looking and stuff. Like it's not weird. Like it's not like you're going past like county lines to be like, oh yeah, this girl is hot. Like this girl isn't. Like who are you find attractive? Blah 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 blah. Like it's just things that guys say, and like if he doesn't talk like that, like there's no way he's going to pick up on these signals. Like I can't believe
That's true.
that he's never done that. Like in the house with Fessy, his own alliance member.
It's
What do they talk about?
fucking mental. It's mental that he has not realized that Fessy was into Haley. Like that's bonkers to me. I don't care. Like it. You cannot pick up on like social. Like that's what it is. Like you can't pick up on social cues because you're autistic or you're fucking Aspergery, whatever. Like there's nothing wrong with either of those things. It doesn't like. But literally, like, if you can't see that, it's so weird to me where it's like, oh, it just hurts your game so bad where it's, I don't know.
Does it diminish this season if Scotty does win?
No.
And it's like,
no.
And he's like, oh, I couldn't, like, I didn't even know that they were a thing.
No, it doesn't, it has no fucking, no. It has no, like, I'm like, you got a call? Who is it?
Sorry.
Tell me who it is. Let's have him on the show. It's a call-in show.
Okay, hold on. Let me show you. It's
Adam Pock, please.
Number
God,
keeps calling me.
Adam Pock.
It's
Start it up.
Scam likely.
Scam likely.
My phone is like warning me that I've got a scan coming.
Scam likely. I want to change my name to Scam likely.
Can you like fucking see that?
No. Everyone knows the Scam likely call. I think Scam likely is a really funny name for anyone. Well, I don't know. Like I'm hopeful for Scotty. I'm really concerned like you said, like his unawareness about Haley and Vessel is disturbing. That's straight up disturbing. Like,
yeah, I think somebody in the chat said that when he was talking with Marissa and Ross, that he said he would have been surprised if there was anything there. Like, randomly, Nicole, I think, said that when she watched it from the chat. So, yeah, he didn't know then. He didn't know talking with the pre-jurors. He's just not very socially aware, and it's mind-boggling to me that you can make it this far in the game without figuring that out.
That's mental. That's mental. I don't know. That's so ridiculous.
Oh well. You know what I really liked about this?
Scammering, yeah.
It's a scam.
I love it.
Pink is gonna stop. Yeah, if CBS is calling, I'll be like, McRae, we're done.
Yeah, gotta go. Yeah. Cam likely. What else do we have to talk about?
One last thing that I want to talk about.
Anything.
And it was when Scotty was back in the house, and they were like, "What did you eat?" Like they were talking about it, like, and then it cut to fish, and it was just like that. Like information that shouldn't get out, and he's like, we got fucking takeout and all that, and I was like, yes, say this, we all want to know this. Like I already fucking know,
of course,
and you know, but it was just like breaking the fourth wall, and then they went to fish, and they came back, and he was still fucking talking about it, and they're all excited. It was just,
well, it's also one of those things where it's like, production, why the fuck, who gives a fuck? Like they want to pretend like it's like this weird like secret alliance of like, yeah, we're like, oh yeah, it's just we're like
It's
bullshit.
yeah,
Who gives
it's
a
not like they're
shit?
driving us to the fucking Chipotle.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's like someone goes and gets Chipotle for us, and we
yeah, exactly. And those people are legends, and it's probably fucked up for them, you know.
yeah.
It's yeah, I don't know. Fucking, it's I don't know.
Whatever.
Big
So
brother.
that's
God
it
damn.
for the show.
Yep, too drunk to handle, too cold to hold. Cameron, what do you got to plug?
I feel like we should have a hashtag for this episode because I just
Hashtag
want to
suck
say
nuts.
big thighs make them rise or something.
Dude.
Whatever you said earlier.
Hashtag yeah, well it was yeah. How do you say
Was it thick thighs make them rise
thick
or
thighs make a dick rise?
Oh
That's
god, that
what it is.
was great.
Hashtag
I'm gonna say
thick thighs make a dick. I wish I could. I wish that was my thing that I came up with, but that was a Scotty thing. He said it in the house, and I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
that is pretty amazing.
Big ups to Scotty for that. That's huge.
So yeah, if you want to follow us on Twitter, my name is Cameron Hurd 210 on Twitter and Instagram, where you can see pictures of my face and pictures of my dog. Booyah! And
Hell yeah.
and subscribe. It's free.
Subscribe to the channel if you have Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And also, you can fucking subscribe to me on suckmydick.com and fucking kiss my ass.
.com.
.com. Abuelo, whatever the fuck. Also, kiss my ass and suck my nuts and I hate everybody and
suckmydick.com/McCrae.
And also, everyone eats ass.
It's a not secure website.
Nazi secure. What?
I just pulled it up. It's for casual, adult affair, sex dating, adult dating, and 100 free adult personals. I don't see the McCrae option.
Well, are you McCrae sexual? That's yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There's the problem.
Thanks everyone for watching. I love you guys. Again, I do a fucking show on TV Party app during every episode. I'll tell you to fuck off there too. I do a fucking yeah, and me and Cameron do a show for every episode, and we also tell you to fuck off here. So welcome.
Welcome
to the fuck offness. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a fucking good one. Cameron, do you have anything else?
Thank you, BMX, and
Hamster Watch.
Thank you, Hamster Watch.
Yes, thank you for being my cover from another mother. I love everybody and take care, y'all. And I hope y'all suck my dick next time on the block. Take care, everybody.